Hello people, today we are actually retouching a face. And not just any face, my face, okay? This is real time, this is not sped up or anything, because otherwise it's gonna be like a 2-minute video thing. You're gonna be like, what happened? Like, there you go, so there you have it. Yeah, it's like, you know, one of these cooking shows where you're like, Tasty, for example, on YouTube, you know, and they start making the food, it takes 2 minutes, and then you're like, oh, okay, cool, let's do it. And it takes like 1 hour. Let's do it real time, motherfuckers. Okay, sorry for swearing. Okay, so first thing off, we are going to create 2 layers. Now, I'll talk you through this, okay? So, I'll create a layer, and then I hold Command Alt Shift and then E to create another layer, okay? Then I duplicate this layer by holding Command J. So, we got 2 duplicates here. Okay, let's turn one off. This is basically called a frequency separation layer. So we're working on the skin non-destructive, okay? So first off, we're going to filter, and then we're going to blur, Gaussian blur, here we go. And this is the sort of retouch I do on photographs that goes into magazines and that sort of thing. So what I'm trying to say is, this is more of a professional way of retouching, okay? What I want to find here with the Gaussian blur is I want to have the detail. I usually look at shadows right over here. And then I look at the detail. It's gonna be a bit smudged, but not way too much. So maybe around there, okay? 45, cool. Then we're turning on the other layer off. And then we're going image, apply image. And then we go to, so it's gonna be layer 1 here. And then we're going down to add. And then we invert the layer. Cool. After that, I'll just group these 2. Call this one high. And that one low. On the low layer, we're creating just another basic layer there. Add that to low. Here we go. So on top here we have the non-destructive layer. Okay, hold on. One last thing, going down to linear light. There we go. So here we have a frequency separation layer. Cool. Now we're going to start adding or removing basically. So we're going to use the stamp tool at 100%. I'm going to zoom into my face right here. It's a bit weird. I'm actually retouching my own face. I hold down Alt to like sample a skin layer. And like boop. Oh, there you go. I'm just doing some pretty quick retouching. Usually I spend maybe 15 minutes. But in order for this video to not be super duper long, you know, I don't want to make it too long. That's what she said, probably. Not. I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Sometimes sampling skin layer, you know, as you saw right over here, doesn't work. So you just find another spot. And you just want to, like, these blemishes, remove them. Pimples. And this was a while ago. I don't have so much pimples right now, as you can see. Ha. Boom, boom. Not doing too much here, but, you know. The more I actually remove from my face, I'm like, oh, I don't like that, I don't like that. No, I don't like how I look. Nope, I'm not satisfied with my looks and everything. Actually, I am. I feel like I'm super sexy. Hey. So, once we feel like we are satisfied with this, we're just gonna be like, maybe a little bit more. And then you notice that the video is like 2 hours long and I'm still on the skin because I'm just not satisfied at all with my skin. I'm like, I don't like that, don't like that, yeah, okay. And then after 2 hours, like, yeah, I think we're done. And I basically replace the face, okay? No, but that's not what you want to do. You just want to remove some blemishes right over here and then look at that. Also, what you can do is you can go down with opacity to maybe around 20% and then sample something, and again, see that you're removing but not in a destructive way, you're just basically smoothing it out. Now I feel like I'm done. Let's do a quick overview here, okay? Turning it on, turning it off. Cool, that was like 2-3 minutes probably. Now, with this layer, what we can do, as you can see here, there's a lot of different colors in my face. So I'm gonna add the brush tool. I'm gonna go down to maybe around 10%, okay? And reducing the size maybe to, yeah, there. And what we're doing now is we're holding down Alt, and let's say I want to sample the white skin over here, and just paint basically. Okay, you probably won't notice a huge difference right now, but I'll tell you what it does. By enabling and disabling this layer later on, you'll notice a difference. So you just want to have, you don't want to, you know, make the whole face white, nor do you want to make the whole face red or black, but you want to sort of balance. So if I turn this on and off, as you can see, there's a difference. Okay, now once we're done that, we're gonna go down and add a contrast layer. So here you can see I'm sampling. You go to red channel, green channel, blue channel. Okay, basically what we're doing here is we're gonna create a curves layer. And this, yes, we're doing this on a fine detail level, but you know what? I just want the best for my viewers, okay? So, I go here. Red, okay, the highlights are displayed pretty good here. Green, not that much. Blue, there you have the shadows, as you can tell. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold down Command and click the red channel over here. I'm creating a curves layer. And then maybe bumping up the highlights just a little bit. Okay, cool. I'm also creating a shadow layer. Okay, curves. And then I want to invert it, so Command I to invert it. And there, all of a sudden, we have a shadow layer. Okay. I don't feel like you have to have. Let's maybe bring it up a bit. You can turn it on and off. I am happy. Okay. Here's where the most important thing comes in. Not the most important thing, but where you fine-tune the color, okay? You can do it in Capture One, which is like the best program to use, but I'm using this program right here. Well, I'm using Photoshop. So what we're doing here is I'm just holding down Shift and going up arrow and down arrow, and I can tell like what looks better. I feel like the skin is a bit red, so I'm gonna reduce it. So I'm going to maybe -5 there. And then I'm going a little bit with the greens, so maybe 2. And then I want more yellow to it. Look at my hair, it just pops so much better, you know? I'm so pretty. And maybe adding a little bit red back into the shadows. Maybe 1 there. A little bit of yellow, 2. Go down to highlights. Here on cyan, I usually bump cyan, because look, pops more. So this time I'm going like 5. Green, yes, doing a little bit of green on the highlights, and then a little bit yellow. There you go. Now let me just look at this, okay? Huge difference. If you don't feel like it's a huge difference, then you need to work on a more detailed level, okay? And then I'm just creating another layer, so I usually hold down Command Shift and N, and then Command Shift Alt E. It's like why can't you just press one button, you know? Filter, and then we go to Unsharp Mask. We're just sharpening the image right here. I'll go to 100 and usually radius 2. There you go. And if I feel like it's a bit too sharp, usually it's a bit sharp on, well, the hair, for example. Disabling, enabling. There you go. Maybe it's a bit too sharp, so let's reduce that down to maybe 80. Cool. Now we've come a long way, guys. Look. Bam. Okay, that's pretty good. You want it to look natural, okay? You want it to look natural, and you don't want it to look overly photoshopped. Definitely not. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create yeah, I think I'm pretty happy. What? Oh, hold on. One thing I almost forgot. Command Shift N. Command Shift Alt E. Boom. Another layer. Now Command U. No, sorry. It's cancel. Command Shift U, turn it into black and white. Then we're gonna do overlay. This is a good way to actually bring out the highlights and shadows, creating this sort of a contrast layer. But we're gonna go up to filter, and we're going to do other and then high pass. I put it on 10, and what this does is just making things super sharp. Now I'm pressing Command G to group, then Alt, and then this Japanese flag over here, bringing down the brush, cool, white. And what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna, on a selective place, I have a black mask, which means if I paint white, that area will be sharpened in this case. So, reducing the size a little bit, and then just paint here. Look at that, that eye is just popping, oh my god. Eyebrows, of course, and then mustache, I can't pronounce that. That mustache, you know, that has to be, and the beard. You know, if you watch the Vikings, you know one thing. You have to have a beard. You want that beard to pop out. Now, zoom out, boom. It's a bit much, right? It's a bit much. If you like sharpness and everything, you're like, no, more. But you know, for me, I'm turning it down a little bit. So let's go down to maybe 70. 70, cool. Boom, 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 boom. That looks good. Now, the last thing I want to do is curves, exposure, and then just bring that up a little bit. Boom. Maybe, yeah, that looks good, yeah. And then if you go offset, I just think about the Migos rappers, sorry. Offset, you go either up or down. If you go down, you increase the contrast. Let me show you more drastically here. Boom, okay, contrast. Boom. See? What I usually do, because I want a sort of, I guess, noir feeling, a little bit of old school feeling. So I usually pump these to maybe 2. And then last but not least is adding some texture into the skin. And then it's Command Shift N. And it's Command Shift Alt E again. And what I usually do is I go down to filter again, noise, add noise. And I just click OK, 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 OK. Zoom in a little bit. Boom. Now you can see the grain, okay? It's a lot on the skin. But it does look like you have some texture on the skin. I usually go down quite a bit depending on the photograph and how close you're photographing, depending on how much detail you get. But maybe around, yeah, 31%. Sounds good. And you have some grain in the background, but I don't mind that because, you know, it has that film feeling if you're shooting a film. And there you go. Going from, hold on, starting off like this and ending up like this. Isn't that just amazing? And I did this in real time with 13 minutes. Now, if you like this video, if you thought I was funny, because I really worked on being funny, guys. No, but if you like this sort of edit, if you like, hey, if you liked anything of this, like the video if you want, and subscribe for more. And you can always write in the comments like, I want to see this. I'd be like, okay. All right. See you guys next time. Yes. All right. Bye.